The night was alive with a magic that only love could create. Every glance between them carried a spark that burned softly but endlessly, a fire that refused to fade. He looked at her the way a poet looks at his only inspiration, his eyes tracing every curve of her soul, not just her body. She stood by the balcony, the wind playing with her hair, her white shirt brushing gently against her skin, and in that moment, she was everything beautiful the world had ever known. He moved closer, his heartbeat fast yet calm, because being near her felt like coming home after a long, lost journey. When he wrapped his arms around her, the air changed. The silence between them turned into music only they could hear. She felt safe, wrapped in his warmth, her heart syncing perfectly with his. Every touch carried a promise, every breath whispered love without words. When his lips met hers, it wasn't just a kiss. It was a confession, a surrender, a promise that their love would never fade. Their connection wasn't about time or distance. It was eternal, built on emotion, trust, and the kind of passion that burns quietly but forever. The world outside didn't matter. The city lights, the noise, everything disappeared until only the two of them existed. She felt his heartbeat against her, strong and steady, and in that rhythm she found her peace. He looked into her eyes and saw not just beauty, but meaning, a reason to live, to dream, to love without fear. When she smiled, he realized that this was what eternity must feel like. Endless moments of pure love that need no words, no explanations. As dawn broke, the light kissed their faces. But the glow in their hearts was brighter still. Their love wasn't about grand gestures or perfect moments. It was about the way they breathed for each other, the way they felt everything more deeply together. It was passion and comfort, fire and calm, chaos and peace, all woven into one heartbeat that belonged to both. And in that heartbeat they knew, love like theirs doesn't end. It becomes forever. Their love was the kind that burned softly but endlessly, a flame that no storm could ever touch. Every glance between them spoke louder than 1,000 words, carrying emotions so deep that even silence felt sacred. He watched her standing near the balcony, her hair flowing in the night breeze, her soft shirt brushing gently against her skin. And in that sight, he found the peace he had been searching for all his life. She was more than beauty. She was a feeling, a heartbeat, a reason to exist. When he stepped closer and held her waist, their hearts aligned as if they had always belonged together. The world around them blurred, and the only reality left was the warmth of their closeness. Her eyes met his with a softness that melted time, and their breath mingled like a secret shared by souls. When he kissed her, it wasn't just a kiss, it was an exchange of promises, a language of love written in heartbeats. Every touch between them carried meaning, every whisper held truth. Every sigh was a confession that neither wanted to end. They didn't need words to explain what they felt. Their bodies spoke in rhythm, their hearts spoke in silence. He traced her cheek with gentle fingers, memorizing her every expression as if she were the only moment worth remembering. She smiled, and he felt something shift inside him. The world, his fears, his loneliness, everything disappeared until only her light remained. She rested her head on his chest, listening to the steady beat that told her she was home. Time seemed to stop around them, letting them exist in an endless moment of tenderness and fire. They weren't just two people in love. They were two souls made from the same stars, drawn back to each other again and again. The night wrapped them in its calm, but the passion between them burned quietly, eternal and pure. Even when the dawn began to touch the sky, their hearts refused to part. He kissed her forehead softly, whispering words she would remember forever. That real love doesn't fade. It becomes a part of you. She closed her eyes, knowing he was right. Their love was not made of time, but of eternity. Not of distance, but of closeness that never ends. And as the morning light painted their world gold, they remained wrapped in the warmth of something beyond desire, beyond reason. A love that was simply everything.